Good evening, Fredonia. You're listening to the local lowdown on WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm Elena, your co-host and field interview lead.
Heyo, I'm Jordan. I'm your other co-host, and I am the A&R lead and the executive producer.
Hey, it's Sebastian, your technical director.
And tonight's show is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems in a group effort to promote and showcase the local music scene right here in Fredonia, but also Western New York at large. Welcome to the Local Lowdown.
And on this week's episode, we are welcoming Well Kept Things. Hello.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
Yeah. We always like to start, if you guys like to introduce yourselves and your backgrounds in music.
My name's Cody Fintak. I've played music since I was 13. I used to be really into hair metal. My hair used to be down to here. And then everyone didn't like me, so then I cut my hair. And then I stopped listening to hair metal. And that's my background in music.
I can confirm all of those things. I was there.
Yeah.
Charlie was there.
I'm Cullen Dedrick. I was once told that I'm a singer, not a musician. So that's my background in music. All jokes aside, though, I just grew up singing. Played trumpet, dabbled in a little bass, not well. But yeah, here we are.
I'm Charlie Rampola, and oh boy, I feel like my grandfather handed me a guitar when I was in 7th grade, and just kind of, I don't know, felt cool and wanted to keep playing it. And I was like, I don't know. I met Cody in high school, and we've been playing in bands together kind of ever since.
Yup.
Um,
Our hair was really long.
Our hair was really long.
That's very important.
My hair is kind of long now. It's mid-long, but it was.
No, it
How
was
long are we talking?
Yeah.
Just curly, luscious
hair metal every
locks.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, split ends, because I didn't take care of it. I don't know what I was doing. And I was thinking about getting a perm. I was like, you know what? I really like Van Halen and The Who.
You
and,
should have got the perm. That
Led
was a miss.
Zeppelin. And
I didn't have a perm, but I looked like
You look like
Jonah
you have
Hill,
a perm always.
from Superbad, growing up. Yeah, that was
y'all
my
looked
hairstyle.
really bad. And we kept that going with this band.
Yeah.
Just looking bad. That's one of your big themes.
That's,
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, why try? Why fight it at this point, you know? We've been doing it for a long time.
We're all old, dude.
Well, how did Well Kept Things form? And do you want to tell us a little bit about the earlier days of the band?
Yeah, so we have actually kind of been a band for 8 years, but we're this is our second iteration of being a band. We just started up again. So it was 2014. We were all in other bands that were kind of fizzling. People decided to follow their dreams of going to college and being doctors and something. You guys are losers.
Yeah,
You want to just get in a van with us and we'll go play music in Chicago for nobody. It's going to be great. So we've all known each other for forever. Our drummer, Devin, shout out Devin, he's my least favorite friend.
So we've heard.
Yes.
He's
just
the
a
goodest
off
looking
camera.
guy in the band.
He's a
That's all I
really
know.
good looking guy, but
Oh,
he's
I
just
see, I
Yeah, he's
see.
married.
bad dude.
He's not keeping with the theme.
No, he's not. He gets a haircut once every month.
Like a good
Who does
haircut,
that?
too.
I haven't gotten a haircut in
Good
6
haircut.
months.
I understand why
rides
you
his
wouldn't like
Peloton.
I've been
every
meaning
day,
to say
he's
this all day, by the way. You have a great haircut. I'm
thank you.
a big fan.
All day.
That's a strong haircut.
Since this morning when you woke up.
Yeah, you can be in our band.
Looking at pictures of the Fredonia
Looks
radio
good.
station, people are like, that Jordan guy's got good hair." It's very intimidated coming in here today. So anyways, we were kind of all fizzling out of our old bands, and we kind of decided to try something real, for lack of a better way of putting it, and actually kind of do the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Cullen back and in the saddle as the singer, and things just kind of fell into place, and it was a good fit. We're all really good friends too, so that has always helped. It just feels like when we started back up again, we joked that it wasn't band practice. We were just drinking beers and playing a little bit of music afterwards.
Fun first, music second.
There you go.
That's kind of the way we've done it.
Like it.
Well, I also wanted to bring up, we saw a video that was posted of the first show that you guys ever did at a venue called the Dirty 30.
Yeah, Fredonia.
That show almost didn't
10
happen.
years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show was supposed to be somewhere else, and the floor collapsed like the week
no.
before.
Oh.
Yeah.
And there was like nowhere to play this show, and then at the last minute, I think they were like maybe lacrosse guys or something who were living in that house.
Yeah, it
were
was
like
like-
kind
it
of
was
enough to
lacrosse.
like
Oh,
open
okay.
up the so like at the last minute it was like switched there. But what was that place called? I can't remember, but yeah, like the dudes whose house it was, like the floor collapsed or something like the week of.
That's crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
The Jungle.
The
There used to
Jungle.
be a
It
place
was the
called the
Jungle.
Jungle.
Never heard of
okay.
that name.
We didn't. We
There's
like,
a lot of different names.
Yeah.
I mean, how many house show?
venues?
Yeah, how many house
Yeah.
show
Right.
venues have been in this town for forever? I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was cool. Like we love Fredonia. Like it was, I don't know, all of our bands over the years have played a lot of shows here. It's
Yeah.
just like
Mm-hmm.
it's
We
always,
haven't played here ever.
Well, Gab Things hasn't played here.
Pat
but-
Walker did message us in 2015, and I wasn't friends with him at the time, so it went to like the hidden message box in Facebook,
I see.
Gotcha.
and he still to this day brings it up that I
We
left
would
him
have
on
played
red.
at BJ's,
Yeah.
but we didn't
Yeah.
because we didn't get the message.
Yeah.
That's actually funny that you brought that up because I was just like researching old Fredonia stuff, and I just found that he was a person that started Last Call,
Yeah,
which is
Yep.
what we do
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
And we
I never
sweet.
met Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like
Great.
was looking at the names.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Right.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
it's something we'd been looking at for like a while to try and figure
I we
it
were
out
like,
too.
who started
and it was
this?
just like
Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard
An
to trace
article.
back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pat's great. That's great. He's Cullen's gardener.
No, he's not.
I feel like
I'm my
every,
own gardener. He's the only one who comes over and uses my pool.
every time I'm
That's
at
all,
your house using your pool or
Eating a hot dog.
That is
Pat-
true. He does weed
Pat
the
is like
garden.
weeding the garden.
Yeah. yeah. Mid barbecue, I'll just disappear.
got a
Find him on his knees.
Great
like,
work
plug
ethic.
that-
Pat
yeah.
built a lot of really cool things in this town. He's
Yeah.
That's
he's a
cool.
great guy, and he loved local music and just being able to do stuff like that. Yeah. Shout
Thanks,
out Pat
Pat.
Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you a little bit about the emo scene back in the day that you guys were kind of a part of. Bands like The Traditional, Pentimento. I kind of flipped those, and I did the Traditional, Pentimento. Who else? Head North, probably around that time too. How does the scene compare then to now for Buffalo emo?
For me, I feel like I'm just like a little more out of touch with it than
Okay.
Yeah.
what I used to be. That being said, having like gotten back in a little bit lately, there's a ton of really cool new bands. There's Auto Ignition is the one.
Auto Ignition
They're the
is
jam.
sick.
They're the best. Yeah,
Have
those
they,
kids.
have they been on here?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched
Yeah.
that.
I think
They're
it was,
great, 'cause
I
it-
believe it was Liam's first ever live performance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Wow.
think so.
Yeah, yeah.
They're the only band you're ever gonna interview on here that's younger than you, probably. So
Yeah, we get a
More or
lot of
less.
students
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
sometimes too.
they're
so.
they're super good. They played the first show we played back, and like
Yeah.
Yep.
it's cool to see like bands like that and like people in the crowd like care and know the words and stuff. And,
Yeah,
It-
they're awesome. Liam's like a part of the show. He helps.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Oh,
Does
nice.
he go? Oh, he
Shout out,
goes
Liam.
here. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah.
He
okay.
definitely like wrote a question or two.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
Lily.
Yeah, that was a really cool show for us. For everyone out there who doesn't know, like our first show back, it was Super American, Head North,
Yeah.
us, and Auto Ignition. So it was like a really fun like melting pot of old and new.
Yeah.
It's even Super American. Like those guys. Well, not those guys, but Matt was in a band called I Can See Mountains a while back.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
If you
Best
haven't
band
dove
ever.
in, they are the reason that we sound the way that we do.
Yeah.
It was like
Dive in
Gotcha.
head first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Life on a Houseboat.
Yeah.
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 I've heard a
But
couple songs, but
Next time it
Dive
gets
in.
warm in the middle of February, like it does now.
that's the
very,
perfect
very
time.
often.
Unroll the
roll your windows
windows,
down when the
drive
sun is
around.
out. Put on "Life in a Houseboat." The lyrics make no sense, but somehow they make perfect sense. It's like all nonsensical and very specific at the same time. But like for me, it was like the guitar playing, like they do the open tunings and they do it's like kind of noodly, kind of like the Midwest emo thing, but also not.
It's again, it goes back to the fun. Like
Yeah.
back when they used to play live, it was like a party on stage.
Okay.
And it was just fun. Everyone's hanging out. Like there was 5 people in the band, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah, 5.
singing in the mics, just like shouting.
Everybody all the
great.
time. All the mics are in full use all the time. Like
Occasionally, you
Just
get
fun.
someone like hanging from the fire suppression sprinkler system,
Yeah.
like all fours, like a koala.
But like that was us. That was us being young and going to shows. I mean, like
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
Pentimento.
right.
Pentimento was my first show. I mean, those guys went to high school with Colin.
No, they went to they went to school with my older brother.
Well,
Yeah,
traditional. We don't need to talk about them. I was in the traditional briefly
Yeah.
for a little while. They're
band.
they're
Yeah.
the best.
I guess to circle back or piggyback is like I just don't think I'm as in touch as I used to be.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
It's there.
It's definitely there, but I also think that like part of it too is just like the nostalgia of being 6 years younger or whatever, and like how like carefree things were, and like now I have like my corporate job, and like it. Like life is cool, like now, but like back then it was just you know you get like a paycheck for like $100 and you're like rich, right? And there's like nothing, you know, you have nothing.
This is in the
nothing
70s.
important to do. Like nothing important to do. Like you can go to shows all the time, and it's like way more carefree and way more like fun.
Yeah, we used to go to shows
now
like
it's-
we used to go
yeah.
to shows that would just like this band like tweeted at Pentimento. Let's go see them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally, and we found a bunch of bands that we really love like by doing that. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys have like participated a lot in the local music scene and also got some influence from it just from being
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shaped like I mean like I listened to Led Zeppelin almost exclusively for a long time. I don't know you can it's I don't know. I don't you know I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm also a little ashamed of it. But like
Just had to let that one out.
But like when I started hanging out with these guys and you know, they're like, hey, this band Pentimento, they're a local band. Let's go see the show. And I like went to the show. It was at Mohawk Place, and it was like pre Mohawk closing for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was
Blew our
like-
minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what got us into the whole punk scene. It was.
Yeah. Light Years played
That's
that show,
crazy.
I think.
That's
right?
really cool to hear.
Yeah.
What's cool about it
It's like
too?
you can name a physical night that you went
Oh,
to
yeah.
a show, and that's like,
Yeah.
oh, now I'm gonna start a band. Like
Yep.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like something that happened over time. Where
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember-
discovering emo like over the years or something. It's just all at once.
No, I didn't have like the big brother to show me cool bands or anything like that. Like I grew up on a farm like in Springville. I mean, like
Yeah.
you know, they just got Blink-182 there last year. It's
I'll laugh at your
music
jokes.
doesn't really get to Springville like the way that I feel like it gets to like you know if you grow up in like even a college town or in the city or something.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Fair.
One thing I wanted to say was like, what was cool? So back then we were like 19, 20 going to those punk shows.
Yeah.
What's cool now being like 30 years old, you go to one of those punk shows and I see the 19, 20-year-olds whose minds are being blown.
it's cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not going to as many shows as I used to, but just seeing like that kind of is continuing.
Yeah.
And anytime that like somebody like one of those, you know, young 19, 20-year-olds come to one of our shows
Yeah.
and just get influenced, it's awesome. Music's great. I love
Yeah.
it.
Out of curiosity, do you think there's a group that you guys want to play with now that you're starting to get back
back
into
into the
doing
swing of
shows?
Like Led Zeppelin.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, like Limp Bizkit, you know,
great,
Fred
though.
Durst.
If anyone-
I'll be there.
Four non
Four Non
blondes for
Blondes.
sure.
I think it'd be
Four
like
Non-Blondes.
Fred Durst.
ICP. I would love to play The Gathering. I think that would be really
Yeah, that fits your guys' vibe.
that would be
yeah.
a life changing event for me. No, I don't know. I mean, anyone. I mean, it's cool. We you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I listen to like a lot of the same music that I've been listening to for the last like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a lot of those bands like we played with like previously. So like right now, yeah, like I guess I just don't really have. Yeah,
pretty
that's a
cool.
really good
You already-
question
you already went
that I
actually.
haven't really
Sounds
thought
like.
about.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
What were some cool bands that you've played with?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
back
All
in
the
the
homies in
day.
Buffalo, you know, Del
Yeah, so, like-
Paxton,
They're great.
A Will Away, Head
Yeah.
North,
Transit.
Somos.
So good.
Somos was a good one.
Have Mercy.
Have Mercy.
Panameno.
Pandamento.
Reggie and the Full Effect.
Reggie and the Full Effect.
Reggie and the
Yeah.
Full Effect.
Traditional. We're just naming everybody now.
Yeah. Every once
Just
in a
the
while.
Buffalo Homies.
The funny thing is, like, we didn't play that many shows. We played like 2 house shows, and then we did like we did that little run and a handful of local shows. But we weren't really around for very long. We did the very classic local band thing of releasing a 5-song EP and then breaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, for what it's worth, like, the only reason that we weren't gonna be well kept things again, like when we started doing this, we're hanging out, and it's a really good way to trick ourselves into like being friends with each other once a week. But like really, like we're all in our 30s now, and it's just like, okay, Devin's married, and they have a beautiful dog together. It's great. And he's like,
Shout out Trevor.
shout out Trevor. Tucker. No.
Denver.
What's the dog's
His real name's Denver, but we call him Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor. Yeah, Tucker.
I love that Devin's not here,
Yeah,
so he can't
these
correct
guys-
us.
He can't even. Yeah, he can't touch us right now. We're gonna burn him down. It's
Yeah.
great. But like it's hard to get in a room as you get older with your buddies at the same time. It's like hard. So it was a really cool way for us to just hang out. Like Cody lived in Seattle for forever, so he moved back. And we were able to, start jamming with him again. That was really what sparked everything, I think, was you coming back.
As soon as I moved back, it's like we gotta write some music.
You like find these people, I've played with a bunch of different bands, a bunch of different people over the years, and you find these certain people that you just like are on the same kind of wavelength with. And like Cody, and don't tell Devin I said this, but Devin, those are those guys for me.
Okay.
Notice who was excluded.
I was gonna say.
Colin sings
Colin sings.
beautifully, I might add.
Yeah, me, Charlie, and Devin can like finish each other's sentences with our instruments sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we're composing something, and it's like,
There's like a lot of grunting and just like
wait 1 second.
and just, it's like miming drums, and Dev's like, oh my god, it's. But so like to circle back to like the actual question, we wrote 5 songs, and we kind of decided to like return to form. We were writing stuff that was just like whatever, complicated for the sake of being complicated. It was whatever, and it was cool, but it was stressing us out trying to even play our own songs, and I don't think I'm that good at the guitar or anything. I mean, you guys are gonna see the video. I'm bad at it. Yeah, it's hard. There's so many strings, but we like returned to form. We were like writing songs that like make sense to us again, and that's the 5 songs that we just put out. And the night before we recorded them, like we were going under the name Cornell. And
I
then
said it was stupid.
I
I was like,
didn't
listen,
like
I'm
it.
not invested in this enough to be like, I refuse. But then, he was like, what if we just said well kept things? And I was like, yeah.
I thought it was going to get shut down immediately. But, like, to me, it was like, that was a good way to be able to play the old songs again. And, because people liked them. We were a band for a half a minute, but people liked those songs, and people, it was mostly our friends. Like, I'm not going to, get an ego about it or anything. Like, nobody actually cares, but, like, our friends were like, oh, you guys should play that. Play Great White North. Like anytime we were in bands. So it was a cool way for us to get to play the old stuff and, like, come back and have a little bit of, like, excitement about us just, like, hanging out again.
Yeah, definitely.
So in your EP, Weathered for Better, it mentions that it's both written by Well Kept Things, but also Aiden Licker. What was the process working with him, and how has that been?
It was awesome. Aiden's he's one of our best friends. I played in a band with him. So did Devin in the interim between, the Well Kept thing. We're like not I think, collectively the strongest lyricists, and he is. So we kind of like reached out to him to help. He had expressed interest in like ghostwriting for a project.
Gotcha.
So a lot of it came from like prompts. Cody did a lot of the lyrics as well. So him and Cody and Aiden kind of.
We had a couple phone calls in my car because we were writing some lyrics in the studio, which is the worst.
Yeah.
I hate not being
Bad
prepared.
idea. Yeah.
So I was like in the car, like just after doing like 8 hours of like tracking drums and guitar or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, the song's about this. I've got this part, but I hate this next part. And Devin wrote the dumbest drum beat that I can't figure out how to sing over. So it was great. Like, and it was interesting too, because he's in New York City. So like we weren't able to do anything physically. So I'd be like sending lyrics back. He wrote most of them, but you know, a lot of the themes kind of carried through that I was trying
a lot
to
of
go for.
voice memos going back and forth
forth.
through
Yeah.
files and things like that.
Yeah, and he would like kind of give us like, he's like, Colin, what's on your mind? Like, you know,
Yeah.
writing prompts. So like there's like a lot of that going on too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tremendous lyricist, I believe is the correct term. I will write something, and by the time I'm done with like the paragraph, I'm like, nope, and it gets thrown out immediately. But yeah, with Aiden, like he'd be like, "Hey, like, what's going on? Give me a prompt." And I'd like tell him like, you know, my stupid problems or whatever. And in 2 hours later, he has like an
There's a
entire
song.
song written,
awesome.
and like a voice memo back that I like wake up to, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"This isn't fair, dude."
He's just
it's
he's a perpetual like writer. He's just always
Yeah.
writing songs, and like has like you open up the voice memos thing on his phone and just scroll endlessly different like songs, all with lyrics. Like that's just how he kind of operates. He's
Yeah.
been doing it since he was a kid. Like he's really good at it. Don't tell him I said that.
I do think it's important to bring up again. We went into the studio. 2 weeks before the studio, we had no lyrics written.
Yeah.
So he just came up. He's like,
Yeah,
"All right."
it was very last minute.
Yeah.
And then even the first track on the EP, the shorty there, that was we didn't. That was a thing that we used to play like 8 years ago to like open sets. Like it wasn't a song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
straight
when we were
instrumental,
in on drum day, like to start the recording off, we were just like, "Do we do pick scratch?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." And then it didn't have. We're like, "All right, it'll just be instrumental opening to the record." And then Jay Zubricki, shout out Jay Zubricki,
the
the
best.
recording engineer that's responsible for every local band.
Yeah,
that you've
sure.
ever-
Literally.
that you've ever heard of,
Yes.
like and more. And
How
like,
many times have I said that guy's name and
Yeah.
never met him?
Oh, we'll get
Best
Jay
dude
down
ever.
there. He's
Best
the best.
dude
Yeah, he's
ever.
the best.
Yeah.
He's the best human being in the world. But like Jay was just like he threw out. If you've never heard of Ladderman, you should listen to Ladderman. That's
Okay.
another. That's
Okay.
another. They're a Long Island punk
I
band.
never heard of him.
So good.
No matter where we go, that's the record.
Yep, that's
We'll
the
we'll make some notes for you. But, he's just like, oh, this song. This is a Latterman song. He's like, and he's like, da, 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 da. And Cody's
I
like,
heard that.
Cody's
and
like,
I
oh
was
my god,
like,
I got it.
I got it. And then that night, I got a little dog, Pomeranian, really cute. Taking her out, looking at the moon, I then wrote the whole thing in under 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's like
that's all the
2
lyrics
a.m.,
for Pick
yeah.
Scratch.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That song is
Yeah.
hilarious to
Yeah,
me.
it's
Yeah.
great.
It feels like a joke, like a trick. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it's over. Like,
It's over.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, who's doing the screaming in the background for that? I feel like it adds
That's
so
Devin.
much
That's Devin.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We like
Yeah.
give him like a degree of grumpiness he needs to get to
Yeah.
for that stuff.
Yeah.
Like Devin, go like 90% grump on this
And
one.
he'll like do it. He'll like do a take, and Jay will be like, "Yeah, not grumpy enough. Like, gotta get it." He's like, "Okay." Like,
He knows exactly what it means
Yeah.
because when you meet him, he's like, it doesn't sound like anything
Yeah.
that he.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You are welcome to ask about the Hot Mulligan thing if you want to.
Yes,
if you want.
we
So-
do want to ask
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, so they used to message us all the time, all those years, 7 years ago or whatever,
Yeah.
when they were still doing like DIY tours and everything, being like, "Hey, like we're coming through Buffalo, like trying to book a show, like can you play? Can you play?" And we just were never like we either didn't want
Never
to
worked
or
out.
we
Yeah,
had
never
something
worked
else
out.
booked or whatever. So then they did that like featuring Mark Hoppus thing. On one of their EPs that they put out, I think maybe last year or the year before, they just called the song featuring Mark Hoppus.
Okay.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
And they used to like tweet about us all.
Yeah, like all the time. Like
Really?
they used to
Which was
play.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They used
Yeah,
to
they
play.
like
I can't. Great White North. I almost called it Canadian accent. They used to play it like at like their soundtrack.
house
I
music,
think like
is it?
someone
Yeah.
said, and like how,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
I saw a tweet once. So yeah, that and like we were like, oh well, it's called like Pick Scratch, and I was just like, oh, it'll be funny to just be like Pick Scratch featuring Hot Mulligan, like just as the title of the song.
And
But
then it came up
somewhere
in there.
along the line,
Our wires got
it was
crossed.
misunderstood.
Just
so
Spotify, though. Just
it
on
was
Spotify.
On Spotify,
Yes.
it was given like they gave them like writing
Yep.
credits.
I
So
saw it for like a few
Yeah.
days
apparently,
and then it was gone.
every single person that like subscribed to like Hot Mulligan got like a thing that said like Hot
Mulligan
Mulligan put
voice.
out new music. Fortunately,
it was genius.
No,
wasn't- that was not
because it was not
intentional.
intentional.
That was,
I
we were
don't
just
like
making it to be like a joke,
An homage, like,
a
yeah, like-
joke.
No, I completely understand what you
Yes.
guys were trying
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
It was gonna be so like I got a text in the morning. Aiden sent me a screenshot. There was the singer from
Tades,
Hot
the
Mulligan,
singer, yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, why? Do you have any idea why we are credited on a Well Kept Things song?"
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no!"
Like they didn't have any idea what was going on. Like
Yeah.
we didn't like
We didn't
because
know what was
we didn't
going on.
realize it.
Because of that, I just looked at the numbers. We have 29,000 listens just to Pick
Yeah.
Scratch.
Oh.
Complete
And-
I
accident.
saw your guys' streaming numbers like skyrocket.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they
Yeah.
must have been like really big. They
that
must have a
wasn't
lot of
inten-
fans that were
was
waiting to
not
see them
intentional.
again.
And
Because you
it-
guys had like 20K
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
it came
Yeah.
out.
It definitely
Totally
wasn't
unintentional.
intentional.
Wow, that's crazy.
Worked
We
out.
like
pretty
that song,
fast.
but it's not
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
good. It's not 29,000.
And like it was super funny too because I like just was sending screenshots of text messages from people. Like no one said anything about like the music. They were just like,
Congrats.
"Whoa, you guys did a song with Hot Mulligan? That's so sick!" And then I'm like having to try to like explain like, well, like it wasn't really.
They did
with
the yell in the
them.
background.
Like it's
I
like
thought it was like they like wrote on it or something.
Yeah.
I was like,
No,
why would
no.
it
It's
say
literally
that?
just a joke that was
Yeah.
mis.
That's so
construed
funny.
and-
Well,
Yeah.
at least you got it worked out.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
they didn't care. Like they thought it was
Yeah,
funny
that was
too.
the they were just confused, and so
Like,
was I when
I guess Spotify, if you do in parentheses featuring or like feat and then an
Oh,
artist's
yeah.
name, it will automatically tag them as a collaborating
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
don't do
Because I
that.
think it used to look that way. I think before
Yeah.
it like
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
now
started
it's
putting it
just
below. It was
yeah,
just
yeah,
in the
yeah.
parentheses.
We got
Yeah.
rid of it. Like
Yeah,
Aiden,
now
Aiden
it's
went in
just
and edited
Pick
it.
Scratch.
Within a day.
So it's
Yeah.
all good now.
It's funny that you brought that up because it was one of our questions.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, why did this happen?
No.
Why did that happen?
Just trying to be funny and kind of backfired. Like,
It's still funny.
Because I remember like seeing that like it was going to come out and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I checked it out like right when it came out and I saw that and I was like, a statement, I guess.
Yeah, just not
well,
not a real statement.
29,000 other people seem to think the same thing. So.
But it's funny watching the numbers drop. After
Yeah,
you
come
get,
back to
like,
earth now.
The song
Like,
song
oh wait,
after,
that's why.
Yeah.
the song after Pick Scratch had like 14,000 plays,
Yeah.
and then it's down to like 2
Yeah.
on the lost them.
Yeah.
It's all right.
40 seconds.
What are you gonna do?
Blew it.
The best advice you'll ever get being in a band, the best advice we ever got, that I ever got anyways, was just be the band you want to listen to. So like I don't really care if those 29,000 people liked our band or not. It's just like we think these songs are cool and we really enjoy them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Pick Scratches. That's why I wrote that song originally. We just wanted a reason to go. There's like
Again,
literally
hair metal,
7
Van Halen.
layers of like pick scratches at one point that Jay helped us.
Really?
Jay's the
Wow.
best at pick scratching.
Yeah.
Jay's that's like a weird hidden talent of his. He is the best pick scratcher in the entire world.
It really is.
Like goated.
Interesting. I did want to bring it back real quick to writing the EP. You had worked with Aiden, like we just said, but a couple of you guys also worked with Aiden in post prom, correct? Do you guys play together as well, or in that, or
Yeah,
am I
Devin.
getting confused?
No, Devin and I were in post prom.
Right.
So that group was Devin, Aiden, and I, and then John Vaughn, who I don't know that John ever worked at the radio station in Fredonia, but he was.
He's been
Yeah,
on
went to
before.
school here.
He went to school here.
Yeah.
He's pretty heavily involved in everything music wise that was going on here. So that was post prom, and that was like Cody moved to Seattle, and I was just kind of looking for something to do, and I met Aiden through what we're doing right now. I was playing with the traditional and came on Local Lowdown, and
Crazy.
He interviewed us. He let us stay at his apartment. We played. It was BJ's Fest that week too.
Oh,
Awesome.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So it was like it was a whole. I ended up being in Fredonia for like 7 days. I just stayed
Yeah.
from Wednesday at BJ's Fest through Fred Fest.
You're like,
and,
let's start a band
Yeah.
now.
And it, literally, I was like, Aiden, I got all these guitar riffs that I don't know what to do with, and he's like, I got all these vocals that I don't know what to do with, and then we listened to Pentimento together, and we just like, let's start a band, and that was that.
Wow.
Called
Gotcha.
Devin and pulled him out of Mosh retirement.
Yeah, because I knew about each of the groups, but I wasn't sure like the timeline of everything.
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
Yeah, well kept things, post prom, well kept things,
Post prom.
probably.
It's a natural evolution. We'll break up tomorrow.
Yeah, we might. You never
You
know.
don't know.
You never know.
You have said that randomly like 5 times tonight.
As soon as it stops being fun,
Yeah.
it's all about it being fun.
That's fair. That's fair. When you guys did get back together, did you feel like there was a bunch of people that were excited about that?
I think there was a
yeah,
pulse. You know, like there was some for sure.
some
Our friends
older
were stoked.
fans?
Yeah, our friends were excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about fans. I don't want to
Okay.
like pretend that we have any or anything, but I think there was people that were happy to see it. Again, if not just for the nostalgia of it all, you know.
Yeah.
It's a different time and a place in everybody's lives, and like there's bands that from Buffalo that if you told me today they were getting back together, I would be so excited. And,
Yeah.
like nobody else knows who they are,
Yeah,
probably,
right.
but like I'd be like the most excited person in the world.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Right.
It must have been cool to just hit the stage so quick too, because you guys put it out and then like the next
Yeah.
day you were playing a stacked show at Rec Room.
We got really lucky.
Yeah.
We did.
It worked
We
out.
got really lucky. Yeah, a band that was already confirmed on that show had to drop, so we
Oh yes,
Yes,
Carpool.
Carpool.
Yeah, I know. That was a huge downgrade for the show, probably. That would have been cool. That would have been a great lineup, though. You got to admit.
It would have been a great lineup. Yeah.
When I saw both lineups, I was super excited to go, and then
Yeah. Were you there?
it,
No,
no.
we didn't make it there.
I was we were talking for so long about how it was like it was time we had to go to a Buffalo show, and then didn't happen.
It was a crazy good night. Just like you were saying, we
Seemed
look out into
packed.
the room and it's all
Yeah.
of our best
It
friends.
yeah, like it's I don't know if like humbling is like the right word, but I guess like before, at least for me, we were like trying to like tour and like make it like for kind of like a business thing. So you're playing shows out of like oh well, you don't really want to play this show, but
yeah.
you want to play this show, and things like that. And it just kind of became a little bit of like a
Job.
hassle, like job, right? Whereas now, like we don't care. So to get up on stage and
Yeah.
see like a packed room of people and like a bunch of your friends and family that are like there to like see you and like the other bands and stuff, it kind of like put things into perspective to be like, yeah, beforehand, like it was like like we got to play a show to like like keep our presence or whatever, right? And now it's just like, yeah, we're gonna play a show and we're gonna have a party and my back's gonna hurt for like 5 days afterwards and it's gonna be so sick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I was looking back at those videos and it looked awesome.
It was
Yep.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a really good, and it was cool. It was like Head North hasn't played in forever.
Yeah,
as
Yeah.
well.
It was like 13
old
years of
buddies back
hiatuses combined in that
Yeah.
show or something like that.
I
Yeah.
think we played a show when Super American was called Super American too, near the beginning.
We
of it.
did, yeah,
Yeah,
the art
totally
gallery.
different lineup. Pat
Yeah.
wasn't in the band yet. Like
Was
it
that
was
with Del Paxton too?
no, it was,
No, it was Wild Things.
Wild Things. Yeah, that's what it was.
yeah.
And he
But
played
it
2
was-
shows at that place.
It was it's early iteration of Super American. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dreamland.
Dreamland.
Like an art
Yep.
space. Yeah, in Buffalo. It was cool.
Rip.
It was a great show.
It is really cool to see like that scene coming back. Like someone
Yes.
that obviously wasn't there. I was back home in Red Hook, New York, hour south of Buffalo.
Yeah.
But
Albany.
Albany.
You
why did I?
We're from
the
Springville.
second
an
time
hour,
I said that to
hour
you.
south
You're
of
good,
Buffalo.
dog.
I
Yeah.
don't know why I keep saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like I'm like, oh, is this a new band? I'm like, no, they've been around.
Yeah.
I just
But,
kept
like,
happening.
have we,
I was
though?
like,
Yeah.
We
What's
have
up with all these
7
bands
songs
coming
out.
back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something in the water.
It's funny though that you say that because you always like whenever I feel like whenever you enter the music scene when you get into the local music thing.
Yeah.
Everybody always talks about like the bands that, like when they were younger, like
Yeah.
these were the bands, and then you're like, oh, I missed them, but then you like it was the same way with us. Like it was
Right.
all these bands that like we missed, like like the Mandy K and like the
Yeah.
whatever, like stuff that we just barely missed that everybody loves, and
Cyclical.
but then you just have that, like you don't understand that, like you are having that right now. You are getting that, like those
Yeah.
bands
Right.
that like in a
Yeah.
few years, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You're gonna look back and there's gonna be somebody else being like, oh, I missed those guys. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the stages of like being into local music.
Yeah, no,
What's
I
funny-
completely get it. Yeah.
What's funny though, for like us, I don't know, like on the stage, it felt exactly the same as it was.
Yeah.
However
Yeah.
long ago we did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing changed.
Well,
I jumped at the same.
I was super nervous for the first time like ever. I don't know why. But other than that, yeah, as soon as we started, dude, it was like party time. Let's go.
jumping at the same places,
that's awesome.
screaming along at the same.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Sweet. And just one other question, like between the then and the now, is the lineup changed at all, or is it mostly the same?
It's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
We have John playing bass with us
Gotcha.
when we
Yeah.
do shows. He hasn't been like around on any of the like recording stuff, but
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
John's one of 4 bass players that does everything in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's very
Yes.
That's
busy.
a lot of
There's
things.
only
Yeah.
there's only 2 drummers.
And he's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of performance, I think we're about ready to get right into that. Take it away, guys.
Yay.
Too drunk and swept up. Now I'm choked up that you messed up. We're weathered for better. We'll free fall together. I know you're leaving through a postcard of a mountain, but you'll always have a place in the back of my wallet. We're weathered for better. We'll free fall together. We're weathered for better. We'll free fall together. Do you find comfort in believing we're part of a constellation? If there's prophecy beyond this, and I can't just walk away. What if you're wrong? And what if you've known it all along? Am I the bitter one? Or is this just good enough? Don't let me keep you from levitating above. Wherever the last place you passed out was. We're weathered for better. We'll free fall together. If you want to turn your light off, I'll roll on when I pass by your street. I won't think twice about it as much as it may kill me. As much as it may kill me. Do you find comfort in believing
you doing? All right.
Maybe I should go. I'm in the season of starting over, 'cause I can't change. When everything stays the same in this place, words lose their meaning, as do the people that you love. The people that you love. So move out and move on. Move out and move on. And I know it's not the first time or the last time I'll be thinking of leaving. As sure as the seasons change, I'll be freezing near a great lake. I freeze to death. Hey kid, if you could see me now, don't think you'd be too proud of things we think about. When I spent a year inside my house, I hated who came out. I've got no excuse for the loose ends. Grew apart from most of my close friends. Some of them are married now, and I still wonder who I am. Move out and move on. I know it's not the first time or the last time I'll be thinking of leaving. As sure as the seasons change, I'll be freezing near a great lake. I still drive by the old place we used to hang on the weekdays. I wish I knew that the last time was gonna be just that. I'm lost inside a memory no one can take away from me. I know. Yesterdays are left behind, and I'm afraid of living life alone. Afraid that I could make the climb, but I fear I'm a million miles below. Maybe I should leave before the lake freezes and buries my soul. Move out and move on. Move out and move on. And I know it's not the first time or the last time I'll be thinking of leaving, until I freeze to death.
Take a sip.
You want some?
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Great. Ready?
Yeah, you start right away. Morning talks.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it obvious that I've been falling apart these days? So when you brought it up, I thought you knew about the time I woke up, still drunk from the night before. At 4 in the afternoon, the tiles on my bathroom floor were more supportive than anyone else. And I know that you've got better plans to tend to than sit around all day with me in silence. But I could use the company.
Whoops. Me? I just thought we'd just keep going. I'm aware I forgot. I didn't sing that line. All right, let's start over again. Yeah, all right.
You gotta do a clap though.
Do I? No.
Now that we got one,
I don't want to. Just
now that we got
That was
one
such
out
a
of the way,
good.
heaven forbid you don't sing one line.
I would have let it. Yeah.
it was actually me that messed up. I want you to know that.
Whatever.
All right.
Isn't it obvious that I've been falling apart these days? So when you brought it up, I thought you knew about the time I woke up, still drunk from the night before. At 4 in the afternoon, the tiles on my bathroom floor were more supportive than anyone else. And I know that you've got better plans to tend to than sit around all day with me in silence. And I could use the company. Yeah, I could use you every day. Laying down is the only way I can handle this. Understanding how I handled it back then. Understanding how I handled it back then. Doesn't it make you sick? Doesn't make you sick that you're still tearing my heart out after the things I said? You know I didn't mean a word of it. I just got caught up in the heated moment. I gotta be better than this. I'm better than this. I am. I'm gonna get better than this. I'm better than this. I am. I'm gonna get better than this. I'm better than this. I am. I'm gonna be better than this. I'm better than this. I'm telling you the same old stories. Who am I to think that I could change? I might as well drown my sorrows and hide myself away. Laying down is the only way I can handle this. Understanding how I handled it back then. Understanding how I handled it back then. Something in my head just don't work right. I'd rather leave than say I'm sorry. Whatever's easy always seems the better way. there's gotta be a better way.
Rock and roll.
What are you gonna do?
Gosh darn.
Gosh darn! All right.
Just we practiced. Sorry.
Glass eyes, you're a step behind on an incline in a young life. What I had in mind, you're better off blind and more affined with your closer ones. Can we reminisce about better days where you wouldn't hesitate before you say my name? If I ever had to shake on one thing, it would be that you will provide me with all the worries that I would need to take me down slowly. Back when you were younger and doing cartwheels through a 4-lane street, now you're all about the worry, preventing those gosh darn Z's, a master's degree, those gosh darn Z's, those gosh darn. In the row with motivation from your draining language, nervous comprehension needs translation. Oh, I need translation. So take me down slowly. If I ever had to shake on one thing, it would be that you will provide me with all the worries that I would need to take me down slowly. Back when you were younger and doing cartwheels through a 4-lane street, now you're all about the worry, preventing those gosh darn Z's, a master's degree, those gosh darn Z's, who's gosh darn. Take me down slowly. Take me down slowly. If I ever had to shake on one thing, it would be that you will provide me with all the worries that I would need to take me down slowly. If I ever had to shake on one thing, it would be that you will provide me with all the worries that I would need to take me down slowly. Back when you were younger and doing cartwheels through a 4-lane street, now you're all about the worry, preventing those gosh darn Z's and a better me.
That one goes out to the FCC. That's amazing. How's this one? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
I could start at the cusp and end at the lead. You're the annual, sprouting my affability. I thought I was punk until I had to leave. Room 211, stuffed with hesitancy. Hey, prolonged design student, I really wish I had a Canadian accent, so you could talk and I would listen, and I would talk just so you can hear me say something of amenity. I always thought the fight was fiction, 'cause I was taught, shut up and listen. You're the finer author anyway. So keep on writing. I'll keep on reading. Keep on hanging on, I'm hanging on. Talk a little more about your Birchfield interpretation, your storytelling, parallactic creation. I'm listening. I really wish I had a Canadian accent, so you could talk and I would listen, and I would talk just so you can hear me say something of amenity. I always thought the fight was fiction, 'cause I was taught, shut up and listen. You're the finer author anyway. I really wish I had a Canadian accent. Brat, brat.
Thank you guys so much for that set. One of your first ones back, and we're
Yeah.
happy to have it here at the local lowdown.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks
thanks
for having us.
It was fun.
Yeah, well, let's talk about one of the older songs. You played it last, Great White North. You said it's a bit of a fan favorite. People ask for it sometimes. What's the idea behind the lyrics for that one? You want to have a Canadian accent. Where's
So one of the original members that was in the band, Derek Paradowski, he wrote the lyrics for that song.
Okay.
And it was about a girl that he had a class with who was Canadian. So that is like
Yeah.
that's like the inspiration behind it,
Okay.
basically.
That's how
yeah.
I took it. I was
Yeah,
hoping
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so.
It's a good story though. I like
Nothing
Yeah.
that goofy, yeah.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
nothing super crazy or anything. It's just yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of those lines that like just it does stick with you because
Yeah.
it's kind of
It's
out
weird.
there when you hear it.
Yes.
It's a little peculiar.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was so funny to me at the end of the set that you guys just did that all three of you sang Canadian accent, and that was
Yeah.
Yep.
the
It's fun to
end.
yell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was I think we did that as like a big group vocal in the studio. That line
Yeah.
at the end. So that's why we've always just all said saying that line.
Usually when we play that song live, I'm so out of breath at that point that I like need the help
depend on people.
anyways. Yeah.
There's
So,
Devin,
yeah.
Devin gets to like 60% grump
Yeah.
on that one.
So yeah.
But no one needs to know that. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
No.
I also wanted to bring up I keep talking about videos, but I want to bring up another video that you guys have
I'm excited for this.
for your song "Younger"
Yeah.
from
Oh,
2015.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a lyric video, and
Yeah.
I was just looking you guys up and just looking at different things, and that video popped up.
I'd be confused.
Absolutely hilarious.
I loved
It's
it.
Did you see the thing though?
The thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
What's the thing?
What's
missed
the
it?
thing? I don't know what's happening.
What video?
No,
you
you just tell people that there's a thing in it, and then they'll go back and just keep watching it
Hand
over
thing.
and over
That's
and
it.
over to try
I
to
do the
find
hand
it.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh, right. It's deeper.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, that's funny
Deeper
that you
than
say
just
that.
Cody eating pizza.
Somebody
Yeah.
reviewed that. Somebody I don't want it, like sort of prominent in punk journalism, like
Really?
reviewed that video when it came out,
Wow.
and like put in like just all of this meaning to it that wasn't actually
Yeah.
there.
No way.
Like trying to like read between like the
thing
lines. and
piece
stuff.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to dig that up, but it was really funny.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what that says.
I did want to ask, like, so obviously, you were sitting there eating the pizza in the front, but then in the back, did you guys like come up with that beforehand, or were you all just like,
all bad ideas.
let's try and fill in the minutes?
Hang out.
If you put 10
I
bad
like it.
ideas together, maybe it's an okay idea.
Yeah.
I remember there was something weird that happened. Like somebody threw something and it like landed perfectly.
There's
in
like a
some way.
football or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
There's
Some
a
throwing
football.
football.
There's a
Yeah.
selfie stick.
Something like
definitely.
hit the ceiling and then like didn't hit anything else. And I was like, wow, that was lucky.
Yeah, great.
Was,
a glass could have broke.
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
there also one where you were like checking each other's height or something like
Oh
that?
yeah, we
I
marked.
think at one
we
point.
marked somebody's height on the wall.
Yeah.
That was in my old apartment. Yeah, we all
Yeah,
did that.
yeah,
That's kind of fun.
Used-
Everyone that came over would do it. So it was just,
I
There
like
made
that.
no
was,
sense.
Yeah. I wonder if I've gotten any taller since then.
we should break into the house.
Yeah.
My roommate has a wingspan wall. Like,
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
dude, Hannah's crazy. She loves measuring, and we have the height one, of course. But
Wow, you guys
Wingspans
got both.
were unique.
It's supposed to be the same as your height, though.
yeah, exactly. That's why it
Oh.
started. And
That's, they're just checking everybody.
Yeah, you gotta
They're like,
make sure.
oh,
I think
Double
we're-
checking.
I think
Not with
ours
my
was a little-
flexibility.
Yeah, that video was great though. We I don't know, we just like wanted to make something, and like we were never really down with lyric videos. Because when they first, I feel like that was around the era where they first started, and they were really goofy. It was like big like words popping up on the screen. It was like a big pop punk thing, and it's content, right? Like I get that for you pump out content, so just keep people engaged. And Devin was the kind of mastermind behind like doing the old VHS style and like the karaoke, like the yellow,
Yeah.
the lyrics like light up as they
I like
happen.
it.
Yeah, so
That's cute.
it was just like a way to like make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I don't really see it as much anymore. I want to bring it back.
The lyric videos,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's so funny, the
Yeah.
way that you guys did it.
Well, you talked us into it. All right.
I
also
we'll
wanted
do
to-
another one.
It's way easier than making a real music video.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did,
Yes.
we did a few of those
Yeah.
with Post Prom, and it take a second mortgage out on your house that I don't have.
Instead, we just get one pizza and one beer, and I drink and eat it.
It was
Yeah,
one
that
take.
was one take.
On one
as well.
take.
That wasn't
Because I'm
like
not buying a
multiple,
second
yeah.
pizza.
We would have been out of
think I'm
luck
rich?
if we needed to do another take.
Yeah.
'Cause the
Yeah.
pizza was gone.
Yeah, I did.
And Cody was probably
Demolished it.
full.
I was full.
Yeah.
I could eat a second pizza.
You really did eat for 4 straight minutes, though. It was crazy.
I wanted to make sure I finished it, and I wanted to make sure I could finish the beer that I was
Yeah.
given after.
Oh, yes,
go.
yes.
Well, I think it's about time to pass it off to our favorite production.
oh shoot,
It's Sebastian.
I got a question, and it's about the internet.
Oh, snap.
Yes, everything's true.
All of their eyes widened in that moment.
They're like, you just opened the door.
So you saw that
about to
hand
get
thing
crazy.
video.
I've got to see this now, I guess.
Oh, you got to do it.
All right. Usually the question is, what's your favorite? But
What's my favorite internet?
what's your favorite internet video or picture?
What's your favorite thing on the
But
internet?
What's the weirdest thing? Is there anything weirder than the hand video, or is that?
Don't ask me that.
Don't ask. Cody
all
is
I
your
do.
guy. Cody's your guy on that question.
You know what? One of my favorite ones that I'm watching recently is like, it's called Guy Gets Hit in the Head with a Guitar.
Okay.
And what's great about it is one, the guy gets hit in the head with a guitar, but it's like it's a new metal song, and it's like, raise the flag and pledge with me, and then he gets like hit in the head. It's so funny. And then I watched the full
great
video of
stuff.
it. Yeah, it's good.
Raise the flag and pledge with me. All hail to the mother. Come on.
Yeah, I
Catchy
don't know. I don't know like what it's called exactly. But you can like go on YouTube or maybe like Twitter or whatever it's called now, and there's like a compilation. It's like 2.5 minutes long of just people karaokeing Down with the Sickness, but it's only the like part. So it's just like that, like on a loop of different people doing it at karaoke. That's usually my go-to if I need like a really good laugh.
Oh my god.
Crazy. How do you put that together?
I don't know. It just popped up one day, and I was like, "Yeah, this is good." This is why the internet exists.
Love that.
Yeah. I don't know. Weirdest thing, just go on to youtube.com and type in the words hand thing.
Yep.
Shay St. John, I think, is the author. I'm telling you right now, you will never get that minute and 40 seconds of your life back, and it will feel like an eternity.
It's gonna change you.
It's horrifying.
It's gonna
gonna-
give you nightmares.
I'm gonna call all my roommates over.
Oh, we're doing it before we leave this room.
Okay. For the audience that doesn't know, Charlie has been referencing this video probably since he got here.
Somebody said do the hand thing, and now it's in my head.
It's the only thing that he wants to talk about. We'll watch it.
Yes.
Maybe we'll clip it in right here.
Are you still doing that hand thing? I heard you're doing the hand thing today. God, what is that? Shay, what is it?
Oh, yeah.
That way you don't even have to look
Enjoy
it up.
it. You're welcome.
You're going to lose all your watching.
Yeah, it is weird.
You guys could put a lyric video over it.
There we go.
Oh, we could recreate it.
Oh, yeah.
In the
let's
dark.
recreate it.
How do we feel about stealing copyrighted material? Is
You think the hand thing is
It
copyrighted?
started with Hot Mulligan. Now they're gonna.
I don't think you can
Started with the
copyright
hot
going.
mulligan, now we're onto the hand thing.
I don't think you can copyright that.
I don't want any of anything to do with the person that made that video, whether it's legal ramifications or otherwise. I would like to steer clear.
Sounds good.
We will not be ripping off that video.
Okay. Have to come up with something else for the
Yeah,
lyric
yeah.
video.
All right. On that note, do you have any sort of upcoming releases, shows, any news that you want us to know about?
No.
We're gonna
Sure,
play a
that's
show at some point.
Not a thing.
We might
planned
break up
at
and
this
disappear
moment.
into obscurity again for 7 years, but
Right.
we'll play a show. We'll probably do a release show eventually.
Yeah, we never did one of
We
those.
never did a release show.
There you go.
Winter's tough for me. I'm busy pretty all the time in the winter, so
He skis.
Oh, yes.
So
I work in the ski industry, so I'm like from
okay.
from Thanksgiving until April.
Yeah.
So
Pretty-
quite literally, the winter is.
Yeah, I'm pretty out of commission with music stuff. So we'll probably write a record. It's been something that we've wanted to do collectively, I think,
Okay.
since the beginning, and like just do a full length and make it happen.
That'd be sweet.
We already had 7 instrumentals that we
Yeah,
could pull
yeah.
from before
We
we,
have-
wrote these 5.
Yeah,
Nice. Got some
We got
backlog
heaters
stuff.
in the bank.
Yeah.
We have a
All right,
lot
yeah.
of songs.
You guys gonna call in liquor again for that? You think?
Sure. Maybe.
Probably.
Just
Call him the
decided
guy that
in
did
the
the hand
moment.
thing.
Maybe we'll actually do it with Hot Mulligan. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hot Mulligan if you wanna.
They're definitely listening to this.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
That's our audiences.
Yeah.
Hot Mulligan.
Just Hot
Just
Mulligan.
Hot Mulligan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Strong audience. Kid's got a signature model guitar now.
It's
Crazy
pretty
stuff.
sick.
It is
The Reverend.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone here
Chris
plays
Freeman
guitar.
special or something. Yeah. It's a sick guitar. I don't know anything about guitars, but it looks cool.
Sick.
Neither
It's
do
gotta
I.
look cool. That's the first thing.
That's all
I
that needs
only
to
ever
happen.
played violin.
There's
that's
a
cool.
shiny
That's
one.
cool.
There's a shiny one and a blue one.
Oh, now I'm interested.
Colin's gonna buy one and just not.
I'm gonna
play
buy it. Yeah, literally.
Always
Just
blue.
like my bagpipe chanter that I have,
Always
my
blue.
acoustic guitar
Always
that
blue.
I have, and my ukulele that I have.
Should have brought the always blue
problem.
thing.
Always blue. Always blue.
Always blue.
I don't know what that is.
What?
One-
I know that's
also-
one of your songs.
Did you
Yeah.
ever see Silicon Valley?
No.
Watch that show.
Mike Judge show on HBO.
Okay.
It's just a stupid bit from that show. They had this little ball that you throw it up in the air. It either lands yellow or blue. and you had to see how many times you could make it land blue.
Always blue.
Chance
Always blue.
And
That's
that's
why-
why you named the song Always Blue.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we don't know the names of our songs.
I
We
can
know
tell,
the
yeah.
working
You
titles.
guys referenced like 5 songs that you didn't
Yeah.
play today.
I saw you picking up the sheet.
Yeah,
was like- I
you
was like-
said you
because
had
I'm always
said
listening
party
to
hat, and I
people.
looked down, and I was like,
Oh god.
I don't even know what that song's
Yeah.
called.
That's
It's called Party Hats.
I think that was older.
Older.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
wait,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yes.
I
They'll
do
have
remember
like
it.
working 5 or working 5-packs. The one was called
Dumpster
Dumpster 5-pack.
Which one is that?
We didn't play that one.
Yeah, we didn't play it today.
Turn the
I would have
page.
known if you
Turn
played
the
that
page.
one.
Yeah.
Dumpster fire.
Great White North was basketball shorts. That was the working
Yeah,
title for
originally.
that.
Yeah.
What was the other one? You
Younger
said?
was
oh yes, it was right in the middle.
Money Talks?
Money Talks.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ripped that song off.
Oh, it sounds exactly like the
Ba-na,
riff from Money
ba-na,
Talks.
ba-na, ba-na-na-na-na-na. Come on, listen to the Money Talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, AC/DC, if
Welcome
you're listening to
Things
this,
is secretly a classic rock band or a new metal.
Yes.
That's what I've learned.
The
Today.
same way that Sum 41 is secret, well, not so secretly, a hair metal band or like an Iron Maiden ripoff. Like it's
metal
this is
band.
what we do. I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
working titles are fun.
Yes. Well, I do think that concludes this episode of the Local Lowdown. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you for having
you.
us.
This is fun.
It's great.
Thanks for tuning in to the Local Lowdown on 88.9 WCVF The Voice and 89.5 WDVL The Inferno. We'll be back next week with some more metallic local music. Same time.
Same place. Bye.
This place I've